I started dancing at 27. My first class was humiliating, but it also became the beginning of one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. Growing up, I didn't think that dancing was for people like me. My family could not afford dance classes, and even with time when money stopped being the problem, my confidence still was. I was scared to try. I was convinced that I'd look ridiculous. And I wasn't that far off because no one looks good when they try something for the very first time. But that fear of looking foolish or being seen stayed with me for quite some time. Dance became a symbol of something bigger, of expressing myself freely without worrying how it would be perceived. My very first dance class was a beginning reggaeton class at Millennium Dance Complex here in Los Angeles, and as I later learned, this is not the softest landing for a true beginner like myself. Their beginner classes are hard, and there are a lot of professional dancers in those classes. Anyway, I walked in thinking, I can do it, I can try and follow along. And I left it thinking that my brain hasn't been this confused in a very long time. It genuinely felt like trying to speak a language that I didn't understand. I could see the moves, but my body did not know how to reproduce them at all, and I was maybe able to follow 10 or 15% of the choreo. Maybe I struggled a lot. I felt embarrassed and weirdly emotional, it's like part of me just wanted to go home and hide from everyone, but also at the same time some part of me went like, no way, we're not giving up. So I went back. I found some other classes there that felt more intro or beginner dancer appropriate. These were grooves, general grooves classes. Also went back to the very same class, beginning reggaeton, to the same teacher, and second time around I was actually able to grasp almost the whole thing, the whole choreo. Obviously I didn't improve overnight, and I was still struggling a lot, but I proved myself that I was able to repeat and retain some of the choreo, or like 80% of it, and I actually had fun. And the biggest thing that changed for me was the mindset, I guess, because I just stopped expecting that I would just magically, do everything well, and I just let myself be in the moment, mess up, and learn. I was even able to record myself doing the whole choreo, obviously with a lot of mistakes, but it still felt like a big moment, not only doing the choreo but also recording myself doing it. So now I had a proof that I can do it. Also, I found a lot of supportive people in that class, and it started feeling like I'm not alone in this. A lot of struggles that I had day one and day two aren't unique. These are things that a lot of other people struggled with, and that felt uplifting to know and to be around people who understand this struggle. I feel like LA is a challenging place to be starting to dance just because there are so many advanced people here, there are so many dancers, so it affected my confidence a little bit. At the beginning, it made me very shy, just to know that there are so many great dancers around me and I am a complete zero, complete beginner. But with time, I learned that that's actually an advantage because I get to be inspired by those people and learn from them. And now when I look back, I cannot believe how far I've come. It's only been a year, but I feel like there is so much progress. I now can learn choreography faster. I remember more of it. I have a greater control of my own body, Some things that did not make sense at the beginning now clicked. For example, isolations, like doing chest isolations or hips isolations. It was so hard, but now I can add all of those things to choreo that I'm learning. Overall, my flexibility and my mobility improved. I feel like I can move my body in new ways, and like my body can just understand movement in a different way like it could not before. What really helped me here, to move from point A, complete zero, to this point that I'm at right now, was doing a lot of drills and routines. These are not glamorous things. It's not about learning choreo. It's more about focusing on an exercise and repeating over and over and over again. And that is the best way for me to learn. Like, I need to repeat the same thing multiple times for it to finally sink in and for me to finally start feeling a little bit more comfortable in it. But also there is a mindset shift. I just stopped chasing perfection again, and I started focusing more on myself, on how I feel in the moment, and just on the learning process. I let myself be imperfect, and I let others think whatever they want to think. People on Instagram keep telling me that heels is my style, but I don't really know about it. I like it, but I'm not obsessed with it. I actually like Vogue. It's just there's something about it that makes me feel free and liberated. The moves, the music, I don't know, it just moves me and I want to move with it. Also, let's not forget that reggaeton was my very first dance class, and it was my introduction, my entry point to dancing. I like groovy styles, other groovy styles too, like hip hop and dance hall and twerk. I just recently tried it for the very first time and it was a lot of fun. There are a lot of styles that I like and am interested in, but I try not to do everything at once. I try to focus on something, and recently I've been alternating between hip hop classes and heels classes. These are the styles that I've been most consistent with and had a lot of fun with. It may sound weird, but learning to dance actually reminds me of learning my very first foreign language, because it's about the same fear of being seen, of expressing myself. It's the fear of messing up, especially in front of other people, and maybe being judged or looking cringe. It's the same frustration when something does not click. In dancing, just like when learning languages, you have to rely on discipline and not motivation, and you do not get to see the results right away. You can approach both things in two ways, just like play around and have fun. Or you can take a more structured approach, like with theory and drills. And well, structured approach is my approach. That is my preferred way of doing things, because repetition is when it starts feeling natural for me. A year ago, I decided to start learning dancing, and ever since, dance became a way for me to face a lot of the things that I've been avoiding in myself, to start expressing myself in ways that I've been ashamed of, I guess, to stop hiding, and I got addicted to that. I do not intend to be a professional dancer. That's not my goal. I'm really here for the fun of it, for the challenge. So that's why I intend to continue my journey. I still mess up a lot. There are days when I feel a little bit too self-aware and insecure, but overall, what I've been realizing is that growth does not come from being perfect. Every time I step into the dance studio and we start practicing and I'm surrounded by all these different people, I'm just reminded that growth comes from showing up and doing your best. And it's really amazing when you also can have fun with it along the way. So if there is something that you've been wanting to start, maybe this is your sign. If you enjoyed this video, like it, let me know in the comments. What is this something that you would like to try? There's something new that scares you a little bit. And I'll catch you in my next video.